Oh boy, welcome in to another episode of the DNVR Rapids Podcast. And unfortunately, my friends, it's a loser's lounge. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, aka Sad Boy Pids fan. And I'm joined by the fellas. Cowboy Super Yeah,
it's a no today.
Cowboy Super no, baby.
And a little bit of that no up in there, man.
Also joining us, of course, downtown Duane Brown. Yep. All right, that wraps up our analysis of this match. Thank you, Duane.
My official review.
Rapids lose a tough one on a Damir Krylock extra time goal at the end of the game. Man, Rapids, stop me. Guys, stop me if you've heard this one before. Rapids had all the chances on the effing planet and couldn't find the back of the net and are going to get no points out of a game again. Have we done this? Yes, we've done this. Good Lord. Yeah, where's your head at right now, my guy?
Have you guys seen the Tom Brady roast?
Yes.
Do you know Kevin Hart just randomly says, "Fuck you, Tom"? I want to do that to so many players on the Rapids right now. I'm not going to say it specifically. Just randomly throughout the show. I just want to scream out, "Fuck you, blank, 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 fill in the blank." Honestly, man, it's just so disappointing. This team seems to be in the same point that they were last year, honestly. We're starting to get rapid results of last year, and it's not fun at all. And it's just not that. Like, I predicted a loss 2-1. Like, I thought they were going to lose, and I thought Rafa was going to score the only goal. But it's so disappointing the way it happens through Zach being the reason. I said last week that I really don't care for goalies. I'll stick to that. I really don't. But there are times that goalies really mess it up. Goalies really do mess it up for a team, man. There's no reason either of those goals should go in, especially when they roll in. Like, it's all about the goalie being a decent at your position, and he couldn't even do that today, and it just sucks so much.
Yeah, Rapids lose consecutive games for the first time this year. They had 11 points from their previous 5 attempts after a loss. And that's why I picked them to draw tonight. And I was moments away from that being correct, or moments away from, Zack Steffen just being a little bit cleaner on that last one, especially. But the fact that he didn't, we'll get into the specifics. Duane, just big picture emotional take. How are you feeling going into the break? It's been a rough few weeks.
I mean, I'm not giving up on the team or anything. Like, right. You compare this year to last year, I think we can all still be very happy. Speaking in a vacuum of this game, my feelings are very different. But on the season, the season still has been pretty successful so far. But after the break, it can't be like it cannot keep going on the current trajectory.
When they come back from this break, Duane, this might make you feel better. They're home to Austin and away to St. Louis. So you at least finally get 2 non-playoff teams for the first time in consecutive weeks all season, actually. Does that make you feel any better?
No,
not even a little bit.
I scoff at that notion.
I don't want our team's success to be based on how crappy the other team.
Well,
is.
I just think it's
I want our team to not be crappy.
Well, yeah, you're fair. Fair. Okay, let's get into it. Rotated squad, big time rotated squad. Yappi gets the start up top. Jackson Travis, my guy, gets his first MLS start for Sammy Vines. Who am I missing there on the rotation? And Lawless starts for Bombi. Didn't love that one. Kind of felt like Armas was doing his boy Jesse Marsh a solid for the Canadian national team here. At least a little bit.
I will say, though, I think the rotated squad held their own.
Yeah.
Because they really did. They weren't dominated. They weren't outplayed. They weren't run off the pitch. And that's exactly what you want from a rotated squad. You just want that can keep you even. When the subs came on, you really saw difference. And that's kind of what you wanted from this game. You didn't expect them to go out there and win it for you. It was great if they did. But they kept your head above water. And that's really what you wanted from them. And I think that's the most important part. And honestly, it sucks because for a Jackson Travis, for a Lawless, I think they were let down by the goalkeeper. Because the guys that came in and played, I think did a really good job. Even Yappi, who I think was pretty hit and miss, did a much better job as a starter as he has done when he comes in as a sub for the last 10, 15 minutes. So I think the rotated squad, except for one name I'm not going to mention, did pretty well for the most part tonight.
Why not?
I'm just not trying to get into any beef tonight.
Okay, no beef. Love that. Look, the first half was the Rapids were, I thought, playing some pretty exciting ball in this one. The mid block for Vancouver kind of stopped any play out of the back. It was pretty much center back, Ronan, center back, Cole, center back, Ronan, center back, Steffen. But they were finding stuff on the break. They were finding Cabral a bunch, created some nice chances, couldn't finish any of them. No one could. And you go in 0-0. They had Vancouver had that shot off the crossbar a couple minutes before the break, and then the dangerous free kick from basically the same spot the Rapids had to end it. But they get out 0-0. You give up a goal in 50 seconds, something like that, to start the second half. That long cross, Steffen just stares at it, decides to not get it, to play the receiver, position himself to play the receiver, Berhalter, and there you go. That was it.
A goalie should never be bait on your near post. That's the dumbest thing, especially when you have the advantage and you get there before the ball does. That's
just put your arms up and you probably stop that ball.
Honestly, run closer to the ball. Like, you beat him to the ball, you beat him to the spot in your near post. You have the post to help you, and you still can't close your legs. You still can't get big. Like, I don't get it.
Duane, what'd you see on that one? And why is this?
Man City ruined American goalie is what I saw.
Screw you, Man City.
I will die on the sword of being very, very biased for American style goalkeepers. I want a guy who uses his hand, who catches the ball, smothers the ball, does not give the other team a chance for another try. Yeah. And everything is, let me play footsie even when it's not close and there's no one around. It's let me pull the ball back and keep going back and let the other guy get close and then a little too close and then kick the ball really quick. And it's like, dude, just pick the damn ball up and kick it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
cute. It's cute goalkeeping.
Yeah, I'm very biased for American style goalies, and Zach is very Euro. It's does not want to touch the ball with his hands ever.
Screw you, Pep Guardiola. Screw you, dude.
I blame Man City for this loss.
I hope they feel terrible after that FA Cup loss, which I didn't even get a word in about this week. So screw United. Come on. God. Okay.
So real quick about Zach, man. You're completely right. Pep did ruin him. And I like European style goalkeeping. I think it's the smart way because you usually get a guy that's a shot stopper and a guy that can help you build out from the back, which is what you want. You basically get another center back. The biggest issue with Zach is that he forgot the shot stopping. he just focused all on the footwork, the ball placement, which again, it's great when you're building out from the back and you really see it. But when it comes down to doing the main purpose of why you're back there, just doesn't work. And I don't understand it. It should have been an added trait, not a either or kind of situation.
Tough. Yep. Tough. Luckily, the Rapids respond 4 minutes later on a beautiful run play that ends with Georgi Mihailovic one time into the far corner. Beautiful. Georgie's on a freaking tear. 11 goal contributions in as many games. I mean, I know we've been harping on a lot of the bad stuff, but can we take a second and appreciate how amazing Georgie has been? Yeah, I mean, he is worth every penny of that record signing.
It's funny because we still expect more from him too. That just shows what kind of player that we believe he is, and a lot of people around the league also believe he is. Like he's that kind of dude, and you kind of have a Hani Mukhtar, kind of Druzy kind of style player right there at the 10. Yeah. Right now you just got to figure it out, the team around him too.
Yep. Yeah, he's been everything we wanted him to be so far.
Just awesome.
And at the end of every game lately, just so dejected and pissed off at the end of the game. Like you can see it in his posture. They always cut the camera to him, and I'm just like, that dude is seething right now. And I
think competitive.
That's also competitive. A bonus. Like that is such a bonus to this team.
That's how he looks after if his team loses in a 5-on-5 short field drill. He'll walk away from practice looking so mad.
I believe it.
One time I had to ask about it, and I was like, "Is he okay?" He was like, "Yeah, he just gets pissed when they lose in practice."
I freaking love that, dude.
He's just that. So that's the kind of attitude you want. He's been great. So from that point,
it kind of sucks for it kind of sucks for him because you can see he's leaving everything out there on the pitch.
Yeah, he really.
And then it feels like there's guys that don't even leave out their boot. They're a drop of sweat out there for the Rapids at times. And it must be super frustrating as one of the leaders for the team when you're out there giving it your all. You're literally on one heel running around. And then it feels like guys around you are not even a drop of sweats being left on the pitch.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for a guy that wants to win all the time.
I mean, I hope he doesn't feel like that. Cole's run more than anyone in the league. Bombies.
I'm not saying
I hope he doesn't actually feel like that. I think he's more you hope it's more just sees where they, you hope it's more I saw where we could have gotten this or this. Why didn't we get it? And it turns into, let's fix this week so this happens kind of. You know what I mean? I hope it's not that he's just super pissed at his teammates.
The comments he's made feels like he is pissed at teammates. And it feels like it does come down to, it feels like effort. It feels like he's trying his hardest and people are not giving him what he needs out there. And he is starting to feel it really boil under his skin.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of the way us Rapids fans, other Rapids media have felt for a few years where it's we can't keep doing this underperforming XG, underperforming chances, not finishing the big chances, not, time after time leaving goals and leaving points on the board in games where you are the dominant side. They were great. They, until it came to putting the ball in the back of the net, they were pretty awesome tonight. And I get it. I totally get why he's leaving the field like that. It makes all the sense in the world. This sounds like the last 2 years. This sounds like what we've been saying for 2 years.
Can I say something really? I want to get something into the second segment, and I think it's team-wise.
Okay.
So if you want to keep talking about the players and stuff like that, we can.
Just give us a little preview. Just give us a little hint.
It's going to be a little bit of a wrap.
Okay.
And this way, this run of results is pissing me off a lot. Because you see huge improvement from last year's team to this year's team, which I'm happy for. Thank you, Chris Armas. Thank you, Porter Smith. Thank you to the players out there giving it their all. All credit to you guys. But once we see that improvement, as the year has gone on, it feels like they're stagnant while the rest of the MLS is improving. And now you're seeing the big difference of when you stay stagnant and the rest of the teams are constantly improving, constantly finding their groove. and they're getting those wins. They're going into Dick's Sporting Goods Park and being beat. They're going into BC Place and they're losing against teams that when you clearly outplayed them. And that's the frustrating part about this team, that it feels like all these teams around the MLS are finally in the groove. San Jose was the worst team for the first month. They're out there improving. They're trying to get better. And it feels like the Rapids are doing it. Feels like they're actually kind of going backwards a little bit. They're like, they put the car in brake because they think they could just cruise, or they think they're going up. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the metaphor is, but they feel like they just kind of stand still, and instead they hit a hill and they're just kind of sliding backwards slowly with no real end or no real signs of improvement, no real signs of life right now. And that's the biggest frustrating thing about the Rapids, is that everybody around them is just finding that kind of extra pass. They're finding ways to grind out wins, something the Rapids were doing at the beginning of the year. They were grinding out points, and now it just feels like they're just kind of like, oh, this is who we are. I know we can get at least a point in this game. Let's just hit for the point. And that's not what it should be. When you're out there, you should be trying to win almost every single time. You should be out there thinking that every ball is yours, and it doesn't feel like that from the Rapids right now. There's no real sign of life on this team.
Yeah, you're at 1 point from 4 right now. 4 games, 1 point from 12, right? I mean, that could be a cost you a playoff spot stretch, right?
We're 1 point from not being in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
everyone has been laughing at me in the chat on the show as I keep saying Portland and Seattle are on the way, and everyone says Portland and Seattle are cooked. No, they're a point away from us. That they are right there, and they're only going to spend money in the window.
Portland grabbed a point at home off of Houston tonight.
Portland's tied with us right now at 17 points, and Seattle has 16.
Ugh, screw them. Okay, so Rapids level it. You got about 40 minutes left. It's kind of the same thing where it's like dangerous positions each way and no dangerous chances each way, if that makes sense, right? Like you're a decent play away from making a dangerous chance. It was tough. So you get to the hour mark, first subs of the game. The nice thing about when you rotate the squad so heavy to start is you get some pretty fun subs off the bench. I don't have them in order in my head. Hang on. 40. Do you guys remember the first subs? It was Ronan off and Cabral off. It was right. Yeah. So it was Ollie and Harris come
on for Cabral. Ollie on for Ronan.
I thought they were great. Instantly, they had an impact. Those two.
Yeah, that's why they should have been starting.
They were awesome.
That they should have this. That's my rant. I'll save it for later.
Okay. Harris to me feels like Harris to me just feels like he needs to be the super sub for this team. He's electric when he gets on. Really fun. He was also about what?
You know how I know Armas wanted to win this game badly?
Yeah.
He didn't put Jonathan Lewis out there.
Talk about the anti-subs later. And then immediately they also sub on and then another 10 minutes goes by. You get Rafa for Yappi, Laraz for Ronan. We can talk about those. We can dig into Yappi here in a sec. And then Lawless for Bombi. So you end with pretty much your ideal 11. You could, you'd probably want Cabral out there, maybe not. Omir did have that nice chance late with that curler that bounced it off the wall. See, that's the difference, right? Like Steffen's rolled in and Takioka's didn't, right? Off that Omir, hits the post, bounces off Takioka, gets this close, cleared off the line. So what do you think about that closing lineup? It was pretty. I thought they were pressing well. They seemed, they were making chances. I liked the way they were playing. Sammy looked great.
Yeah, it'd be cool to start.
That's what it was. It was Sammy for Jackson Travis. That was in that first sub window.
It'd be great to start your best players.
Correct.
And take a lead. You need points right now. And I know there's been a lot of games lately guys need rest, but you got 2 weeks off starting
Yeah, no, this is not the one to rest.
all of the time to rest your guys. So you could have come out, started your best guys. My philosophy, and again, not an MLS coach, not an MLS GM, and there's good reasons for that. That's why I just talk about soccer. But I mean, my philosophy is win, and Yahya was talking about earlier, and I agree with him. It's like everybody needs to do what they can to win, play their best game. To me, that goes club wide. You start your best players to wreck the other team, get 3 points, either stay where you are on the table or move up. And I just don't understand this roster starting when you've got 2 weeks off starting tomorrow. If it was another game coming on Wednesday, I would absolutely support it. I get it.
And it's funny because you started Cole, who's probably the only guy who'd be like, okay, you made the Olympic camp. You're our guy from the academy. Great. We'll give you the first hour off. Right. But he started and ran. He's probably still at the top of the running. He was all over the place tonight.
Yeah.
You're right. That rotation was just bizarre to me. It was bizarre.
Let me say that I agree with everything I said. I do think that the people who did start, the players who started, did a good job today.
Yeah.
I thought Lawless was great. I thought he did an outstanding job coming in for Bombi. I thought everybody played well, but when you have a team like Vancouver, who is technically supposed to be better than you, and they played, in my opinion, a very mid game
or worse. Honestly, they did not have a good game.
If you had started,
they had a great game, but
you have a team that played your opponent is mid. If you had started your top guns,
you're right.
That's a win. That's 3 points.
You're right. So
that's
starting at minute 78. Starting minute 78, you get the Laraz, that low screamer that just misses the left post. A couple minutes later, you have the Rafa with some nice center play again in there. You have the Rafa shot that just goes wide. That was off of that nice Harris spin out of the slide, splits the double team in the box, ends up at Rafa for the long shot, doesn't go in. You have a couple, at least 3 more corners from there. And am I missing another real chance? Oh yeah, Moise's header. I mean, man, it was just chance after chance, right? You have the Georgie free kick to end it. Just chance after chance after chance. And the one that goes is Krylock's one that literally rolls in at 1 mile an hour.
So real quick, I have a question for you guys. You want to do a quick ad break and then we'll hit that question?
Yes, because that's the end of the game. They lose. Can't find one. Vancouver wins. Let's do an ad break because I need it. And you know what? I actually love this ad break because they're our homies, man. It's Toyota. We love Toyota at DNVR. They are the official vehicle of DNVR. Trucks have always been a part of Toyota's DNA for generations. Toyota has built durable legends, destined for greatness and perfect for Colorado. There is a Toyota truck that is right for you. There's a 2024 Tacoma. There's the Tundra. There's a 2024 Land Cruiser. Not really a truck, but awesome. There's 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the 4Runner. And they offer more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker to give customers numerous choices to reduce their carbon footprint, like the Tundra iForce Max Hybrid truck. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids, and it is the official vehicle of DNVR. All right, we're back. DNVR Rapids, back in the Losers Lounge, unfortunately. It's Yahya, it's Duane, it's Mitch. Okay, Yahya, sorry to interrupt your point. We had to talk about our friends, but
it's cool, man. I said I have a question. We can do it after the ad break.
Hit me.
I'm aware. As a producer, I know exactly how this shit runs.
Hit me.
So rotations were Ronan for Ollie, Moise for Lawless, Yeah, Jackson, Travis, and Vines. And then you also bring in Yappi for Rafa, right? Those are the main ones that we see out there. In any way in your mind, do you think there's other reasons besides rest that these guys were sat? Because I have a theory that the Yappi and Rafa thing comes down to Rafa's contract negotiations that are going down right now because maybe they don't want him to get that many goals right now because they're trying to buy him down a little bit.
I don't know.
I don't think it's the smartest thing, but we know the Rapids, they don't like to spend money. If money was the game, they don't got it and they don't know how to play. Vinesy, I think that one's the one for rest. But with Moyes, we've seen him had really bad games the last couple of games. And I wonder if it was a little bit of like, hey, dude, like,
yeah, probably
chill, sit down, get your mind right, get the hell out of here. I wonder if there was more behind these rotations because it wasn't a full squad rotation.
Right.
You still had people like, what was it, Cabral that started last week, Cole out there. I wonder if these rotations come to a little bit more to like, there's something deeper behind them. And maybe I'm reading more into that I should, but I'm just kind of thinking of the players that were rotated out.
Yeah.
A weird kind of rotation out there, in my opinion.
I mean, for sure, the Rafa negotiations. I mean, Porg's been on the phone with him probably weekly, right? Like making sure, like, hey, we're still good at that, super low price we talked about, right? We're still cool with that. And then he scores another goal, and then okay, cool, but like we're good, right? Scores another goal, guys. Hello, are you there? You listening? We were cool with $2 million, right? I mean, at this point, you better sign that $4.5 million check and give him whatever contract he wants because you're not finding. What does he have? 12 goal contributions. You're not finding that for $4.5 million on the market. You're just not. Sign the check. Come on, Kroenke. That's in a broom closet at Arsenal. Just go get it.
Dude, that was the one that I'm just like, why wouldn't you start Rafa? You've started almost everybody else so many games.
You started Cole.
Like, Cole runs so much more.
Yes, Cole needs a break.
Like, I didn't understand that for one reason. That's the reason that I'm like, I would have put Ronan and Ollie out there instead of Cole and Ronan. I think that would have been a better combo. The Rafa one is just so weird. Reason,
that's the stupidest thing ever.
I think so too. But the Rapids, man. If it ain't cheap talk, they ain't talking. If it ain't pennies on the dollars, they don't know what a dollar is.
Damn. I spent bars, dude.
Like, but this is the truth, though. Like we've seen it multiple times with this team. There's one of the fears I have that if they do spend money on Rafa, that's gonna almost be $10 million in 2 transfer windows. They never do things like that.
This is true.
And it does make me think, like, what are they thinking? Is the team really coming first, or does Kroenke's pockets matter a little bit more? And that's the part that worries me. That's the part that I do wonder. And I don't think it's Porek or Ramos thinking that, but I do wonder if there's a little bit of thought behind that. And I'm not saying that they want to lose. I think they think Yappi's a very capable striker. They believe in him. He came through the academy. They love what he does. And there's all conspiracy theory. I have no inside scoops on this.
No, I love this.
Me putting on my tinfoil hat and just thinking, like, what if that's the reason he didn't start? Because the rest of the rotations just didn't make a lot of sense to me.
No,
the I think one is the only one I get.
Let's talk about, and I do feel bad at this point, but we do have to talk about Yappi tonight. Okay, he's on the field for an hour. No, longer. 70 minutes. 70 minutes. 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 shots, 0 shots on target, 0 XG, 0.01 expected assists. Press was acceptable, good, even. He was running.
He was good defensively.
Yeah, he was good defensively, and he's always been great defensively. His defensive metrics are awesome for a striker. Are they awesome enough to counteract those stats I just said? Like, I don't want to spend time. We have already spent probably a combined 2 hours this year talking about this, but tough night for our guy.
Yeah.
Tough night.
I feel bad for him, man. I think
Me too.
He's trying very hard. It's just not clicking for him.
It's not clicking. And you could just tell, like, Rafa got on the ball quickly, right? Like, he found ways to get on the ball in traffic in the box as a escape hatch, right? Like, and it just wasn't there when Yappi was out there. So it's tough to see. And it's not his fault that he's the striker option, right? That's not on him. If he's your backup striker, he's the guy that's going to be out there. It's probably time to think about finding another backup striker, though, because you can't live with that.
Definitely. And I do want to say real quick that I really, really do think that if you guys are here for some positive on the games, because it wasn't all negative, wait till the final third. We'll give out flowers and talk about that.
Yes.
But right now, the big question, the big storyline is the Rapids keep dropping points. And
they're just dropping them left and right.
And they're not just dropping points. They're dropping them in hilarious fashion. They're dropping them in disappointing fashion. They're dropping them in goal differential altering fashion. And that's not okay. And that's a big storyline because it's fine when you score 3 and the other team scores 2. But when the other team scores 3 and you score 1, or the other team scores 4 and you only score 2, that's when it becomes a problem. Because that fun attack that Armis talked about off season is not giving you any points, and that's what the result should be to that kind of attack.
The Rapids, and tonight as a team, they came into tonight leading the league in XG, which is kind of a crazy stat, right? Like, did that surprise you when they said that on the broadcast?
Not really. They've had many opportunities, and they are one of the higher scoring teams in the league, I think.
Yeah, 1.58 tonight. Just you gotta overperform. It's just, I think it feels lucky when they overperform their XG, and it's so obvious when they underperform their XG. Like tonight, right? Like it's just, I feel like it's every week, but you have a team with Cabral and Lewis, who last year were the 2 worst in the league at underperforming XG, right? And so, I don't know do you think maybe that's like a stat that Porig thinks is like a fixable stat, like a coachable stat or something? And he like finds these guys who are physically fit profiles and are good defensively, at least metrics wise, but can't finish, right? And is that like a
prototype kind of
girl saying I can fix him,
probably, man. Like it's a bargain bin kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like I found this really cool vintage shirt that I could probably just sew this hole on that somebody ripped open in the armpit area. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of looking at the stats. The Rapids have allowed they're tied for 4th most amount of goals in the season.
Scored? Like they have
allowed.
4th most.
Yes. In the Western Conference.
Okay.
That's insane.
13
You have scored
13 in the last 4 games.
You have scored 29 goals. The other team that's close to you has scored 20 and has only allowed 20. The closest team next to you is Minnesota, and they have allowed 20 goals with a goal differential of 7. You have scored 29, allowed 31 with a goal differential of -2.
Man,
there's no reason for us to be talking about the offense. You have scored 29 goals. Minnesota in 3rd place has scored 27. This is clearly a Zack Steffen and defensive issue, and there's no other way to look at it. And until Chris Armis and everybody else gets their shit together, we're not gonna figure it out. Because that fortress is fucking being penetrated. It's almost like January 6th all over again. There's nothing to stop anybody. That's the truth.
Our guy Kevin in the Toyota chat says we just need to stop shopping for strikers on Temu.
Yo, to be fair, that was Temu at home. Yappi's a homegrown.
Damn, it's just tough, man. I just want there's so much good work done on that field. It's so crazy how they just refuse to match their XG ever. I put a thought into, and maybe this is a good way to kind of transition into Flowers. I put a thought in the game that was like every practice when someone takes a tough shot in a drill, Armis hammers home, make that extra pass, find your extra guy, right? Like take the tough shot and open shot for your teammate. And it feels like whenever they're on the break, get into the box, everything is fluid until they get there. And then it's an extra step, overpassing, over dribbling, kind of confusion on what to do. And I wonder if it's time to drop them, make the extra pass, and start yelling at them to just play. Just let it fly. Because how many times Cabral with the heavy touch early, they had that 3-on-1, right? And his heavy touch, he has to make this crazy pass right at the end line back into traffic instead of nice control, send it into either Omir or Georgie who are wide open, right? And then he has the heavy touch on that little trick touch he had on the non-penalty. And then an overtouch on that sitter at the end of the first half where he allows the defender in. And it just feels like over and over again, they're not just being decisive enough.
See, man, I just can't blame the offense at all. You've scored 20.
I mean, they only scored one goal tonight. That's not enough to win on the road in the MLS.
I'm sorry, but like the other team should have had 0. Honestly, the other team should have 0. Neither of those shots were anything special. They were literally in all honesty, 1 was enough to win tonight. 3 was enough to win in RSL. 2 was enough to win in San Jose.
Yeah.
And none of them were wins.
It's a really good
point.
point.
This is the truth.
Yeah.
All 3 games were W's. And none of them came out like that. They were all losses, and it all comes down to your defense and your goalie being bad.
Yeah.
Like, neither of those goals should have gone in, honestly. Even that last one.
You're right.
It trickled in. Zach was right there, and he gave up his left side. First thing they teach us the goalie: get big, get low, make it harder for them to shoot. He did not do that.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. We ended up talking about Zack Steffen again instead of what I was trying to get at, but that's fine.
I'm sorry, but like
that's fine.
It's so frustrating because I do get like the offense needs to be better, but you've scored 29 goals. You're not a team that's struggling to score goals. You have high XG.
I mean, you only scored 1.
Again, but that should have been enough.
Underperforming XG to me is bad. Underperforming that much is bad.
Allowing 13 goals in 4
both
games.
Things are bad. You guys are also right. Like, that's fine. You also need to finish. Like this team is allergic to actually meeting their offensive chances.
You have more chance of winning if you fix the defense.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Still only scoring 1 or 2 goals, because you're not going to score 6 goals when you give up 5 to RSL.
Oh yeah,
like that's asking to me too much of the offense. Whereas I can ask the offense to score 1 or 2. As long as I know the defense isn't going to give up 3 to 5 goals a game.
1 to 2, you're begging for, but the 1 to 2 that they've been getting should be 2 to 3 or 3 to 4. They're leaving so many goals on the table.
If we stop letting in an average of 3 goals a game.
That is also bad.
Yeah,
and honestly, this also kind of finds this is a little bit of the midfield's fault too for these goals going in. It comes down to Ollie and Yordi and Cole not being good enough and possessing the ball long enough and letting the other team keep possession and attacking and all these, getting all these opportunities, allowing 2 more goals. So it's just, I don't get it, man. It's just, I think there needs to be a change of philosophy somehow, the way you're covering that back line. It makes no sense to me that they're allowing all these goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get what you mean.
I'm just tired of watching an underperforming offense. It's been this way for 2.5 seasons.
But again,
you need to score goals to win in the MLS.
How many multi-goal games did we get last year? Very little. This year, they're scoring. They're one of the better offenses. They have one of the better goal conversion rates in the MLS. So they're good offensively, not great, not perfect, but they are good. They're not RSL scoring almost 40 goals already. But
actually, 3 teams won scoring 2 goals tonight. 1, 2, and 3 games were draw 2-2. But no one won with 1. Well, I guess that's not true. Red Bulls won 1 up, but that's it. If you scored 1 goal tonight, you lost. Oh no, I lied. LAFC beat Dallas. All right, shut up. You're right. 1 should have been enough. You're right. You're right. You're right.
But it's like situation to situation, right? Like, if you can go all the way back to San Jose, that's my perfect example. Like, you're up 2-0 before the half.
Yeah,
and
you're
they
right. You're
tie
right.
it before the half, and then you lose that game.
You're right. Who do you
Like-
think was the? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Who do you think's the highest rated Rapid tonight?
Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie. Yeah,
I keep saying his name wrong, and his dad is mad. So hi. I'll try better. I
No,
promise.
it wasn't him. It was Georgie.
Georgie. I'm sorry. I'll try.
He's like, tell that dude to get my name right, bro.
I'll try. I'll call you Mr. Mihailovic.
He's gonna pull some Serbian gangster shit on you, dude. Watch out.
Ooh, Narcos versus Gangsters. Let's go. Sounds like
Yeah, he had
game.
0.96 xG, 0.53 on target, 36 accurate passes, 4 chances created. Had a couple, the shots were nice. 74 touches though. See, that's how you know he had a good game. That's one of the higher numbers of the year, I bet.
Yep.
That's
the lowest rated.
That's a great number. Lowest graded? Who do you think?
I'm gonna guess it was Jackson Travis.
Yappi.
It
Yappi.
was
Oh, yep. You're right.
Yappi and Maxu tied for 5.7 as outfield players, but Steffen had a 5.4. But yeah. Travis had a good game, I thought. He had a 6.3.
I thought he had a good game, but they usually don't like to give young guys higher scores.
Sure.
So I was just guessing him.
I thought he looked good. I think you're fine.
As a starter.
I don't think you have to find any reinforcements at outside back in this window. I think Seb and Jackson just showed that you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be great if one of the starters gets hurt for an extended period, but you're like, you can keep your head above water with a combination of Seb and Jackson. Yeah.
And we are gonna have to have this Zack Steffen and Boji talk during this break for sure too.
Okay. Well, let's think about that. But first, let's talk about our friends over at Lavello Construction. I love the homies at Lavello Construction. They love Denver sports. We've already had them hanging out for Avs playoff games. They were at our Buffs spring game tailgate in the snow, hanging out with us. They love Colorado sports. They love the Rapids, and they love DNVR, and we love them back. Lavello Construction specializes in all things roofs, gutters, siding, paint for your home. And I bet after that crazy ass hailstorm this week, they're going to have a lot of people calling them. They're women owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. When storms strike and your home faces the aftermath, call or text Lavello to schedule an appointment. Just like the Rapids on the pitch, they bring experience, precision, winning spirit to restoring your home's exterior to better than it was before. They are great at navigating insurance claims from storm damage because they used to be insurance adjusters, so they know what to look for. And they know how to help you through that process when it comes to fixing your house after a big storm. Let them help you rebuild and restore your home with confidence. Call 303-578-8551 to get your quote in under a minute and tackle those claims together. Go Rapids from your friends at Lavello Construction. Shout out to Lavello. Those are the homies. That hail was crazy. Did you guys get hail? I didn't get any hail here.
A little bit, but not like downtown and north of the city did.
That was terrifying.
I live in Thornton, so I got all of it.
Yeah, you got all
the baseball?
No, I didn't get the baseball. That was a little bit even higher up than me, fortunately.
That was wild. Wild.
It's insane.
Okay. Let's get into some flowers. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some positives because we just spent 40 minutes in a bad mood. It's flowers from the fellas. Guys, who is up first this week?
I'll go first.
Go for it.
And it's going to be, and I know there's going to be a point of contention between me and my guy, Duane. It's Omir, my dude.
Yeah.
He got that assist. He almost got the goal.
Nice goal.
He makes
it was
an
this
impact. In my opinion, he just makes an impact when he's out there. Does he have a lot of head scratching moves and plays and stuff like that? He does. I'm not gonna deny any of that. Like, he still needs to work on some of that stuff. But I really do like what he brings. He seems to have the best connection on the wingers besides Cabral now. With the rest of the players out there, like they kind of just know where they're gonna be at. You could really tell that he connects really well with Rafa and Georgie today. Like, and I really like it. I just think he deserves some credit.
I think so too. Omir was good. I wish that curler went in because it was a nice play. It was a beautiful shot. and it had not just one but two chances to be a goal, and it's a bummer that neither one happened. Duane, give me some flowers, my guy.
Georgie, man, scored the goal. I mean, I don't remember. 49 passes, 79 passes, 130,000 passes, whatever it was.
100,000 or whatever, like that.
6 billion passes tonight.
6 billion.
No, he's just from scoring goals to being the playmaker to being absolutely pissed when the camera goes to him every game after the game. Man, it's what I want to see from a player every game. I think he's got, in addition to skills, I just think he's got the mentality and spirit that the Rapids need. He's not happy with a point or 0 points.
No, he's actually very pissed about it.
Yeah, he wants 3 every time. I love that. So
okay,
he gets the flowers from me.
Fair enough. Sam Vines.
Yeah,
I liked his game tonight. I really did. I thought he came in and showed. It feels like we've been talking about it. It's been a steady climb. It's been a tough offensive year for him so far, and the last few games he's been looking dangerous, right? So yeah, Sam, I hope you come back and not easy. Nothing's ever easy in the MLS, but 2 very beatable opponents to start after the break. So rest up, come back, keep going.
Yeah. I have one more, and I'm gonna take it from Duane because he has one more guy that he thought had a great game today. But the guy I'm going with is gonna be Kevin Cabral. Kevin lately has.
Why are you dogging Duane like that? What do you do?
No. I'm just saying that's his guy. That's his guy.
I know you swooped him.
But I know
we're not drafting.
Guy. No,
but I have another guy.
Oh, then okay, you can have Kevin Cabral, and I'll let you cook on
No.
But
go
ahead.
No, you take him because I never get to hear you say nice things about Kevin. So I want to hear it.
The thing so if this was career day, he's who I'd want to be when I grow up. Somebody that improves every day and is working harder, and it shows results. And that's something I really, really appreciate from him. His work effort has been incredible. The way he's reading the game, it's slowed down from him. I don't know what it is, but he has become one of the most reliable players for the Rapids the last 3 games. And it's incredible the way he's done it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him because I have heard that Kevin Cabral's a good guy. I've heard Kevin loves being on the team. I talk a lot of shit in private, if I'm honest, and it's fine.
Oh, Kevin, shit in public. Me. What are you talking about?
Like, hate me. I spew and it smells bad because all I do is talk shit, basically. Hey. But Kevin, you are a good player. Yeah. You've done such a good job. You've taken advantage of your speed in a way that nobody else on the roster has done so far. And I hope you keep improving and becoming a key piece for the Rapids. I hope you can live up to that DP tag because that can only mean good things.
Duane, you got a quick one?
Vive Cabral. Let's go.
Do you just want to give more flowers to Kevin? You can do that if you want.
I would.
Well, I thought he was going to go with Lawless.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Okay, yeah. Good game from Lawless.
Yeah.
I thought he was good.
One, it's nice to see Lawless play. I'm fan favorite. Love that guy. But I thought he played really well. It's always scary when Bombi is not starting, and I thought Lawless was on it. Like, he really locked it down. He was fast getting back.
Yeah.
He put in the work rate. Like, I don't know. I felt good with him out there.
His possession scares me in a team, when you're facing a team that has 7 guys up, at all times. Yeah. There were some sketchy moments, but he got it back to Steffen when needed. Didn't there was no scary Lawless possession turnover, which last year, would lead to 2 goals on one play instead of just 1. But it was good to see tonight. Very good to see.
Yeah,
okay.
He looked great.
My flowers.
If you say Zach, I swear.
My flowers. I will give you flowers forever. Mallory Swanson. Come on. Puts in 2 at the Richard today. actually the third straight game in Colorado where a Coloradan has had a brace for the women's national team. That's pretty dope.
Last one was Sophie Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before that, it was Haran.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah. Lindsay was the captain tonight. They played amazing. Emma Hayes' first game in from Chelsea.
Had the assist on the first goal.
They are amazing. I love them. Please get an NWSL team so I can watch Mallory Swanson play in Denver. Please. Or Sophia Smith, or both.
Give me Lindsay Haran. She's the one that wants it the most.
The mayor of Golden. I don't know. She's playing at she's at Lyon, right?
Dude,
that's a Champions League final team that she's on. I don't know.
Also, the NWSL is a top 3 league for the women, so it's like you're playing high-end soccer regardless.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what the wage structure looks like Europe versus here. I know the WNBA versus Europe. It's like Europe's way more money.
I just feel like Lindsay Haran writes so hard for Colorado, man. Like,
she's the mayor of Golden right now. She is actively in charge of the city, even though she lives in France and plays soccer. She rules this city.
I'm sure that I'm sure Mallory Swanson and Sophia Smith love it here too. Don't get me wrong, but you can just feel the love from Lindsay Haran whenever she's out in Colorado or talks about Colorado.
All 3 of them got a suite at Dick's for all their friends and family here because it was easier than trying to buy 30 tickets each or 20 tickets each or whatever. They rule. Great game. I think Emma Hayes is going to be good. Obviously, it's tough to see a new system in a friendly like this, right? But on pretty short notice, she hasn't been, she's only been here for couple weeks, right?
Yeah, not that long.
Did you see the score of the first game?
Champions League? Yeah, I watched it. I was at DNVR for both of these. I had a soccer doubleheader at DNVR today. It was awesome.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
No one cares about Champions League.
Oh, come on. That was fun.
We were about to talk about it in a minute.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were transitioning to. Okay, keep going.
No, the U.S. women's deaf team.
Oh, yeah, they fucking murdered Australia, dude.
11 to nothing.
That's awesome.
Dang. One game.
One of them is also from Colorado, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that is correct.
I mean,
there was a front page Denver Post story from our guy Braden Norse today on her. Good for him.
Yeah,
good for her and good for Colorado. Shout out to Colorado.
I'm sure just every team in the world that has a women's team has one Colorado player on it.
That's right.
Or they will soon.
I know. I just think they all do. Honestly,
well, I think we need that game day 18 in an NWSL team here to just be the Coloradans because it's very doable. They have like 20 professional players, so get them all.
It should be Colorado versus the MLS and their All-Star versus NWSL. It would be so
dank, dude. I'm so fucking into that, dude.
Colorado, they should host it in Colorado. It should be Colorado versus NWSL.
Hell yeah, that rocks. Neither one of you watched Champions League today? I
watched parts of it, dude. Fuck Real Madrid so hard.
I hate both of those teams, so I was fine. I could roast either one for losing, and I can recognize how awesome Real Madrid is. And
come on, man! Like Marco Ruiz last game as a Dortmund.
Dude, I'm a Schalke fan. I will never. That's like there's no way I would ever want anything good for Dortmund ever. I hate them.
Schalke is not even a real team. They almost disappeared.
No, they are still a real team. In fact, actually, they avoided being a fake team.
So close
by 2 places. We don't have to talk about how terrible my favorite team is.
But like Marco Ruiz, man. Also, I get you hate Jadon Sancho because he actually cares about Dortmund and not about Man U.
Did he even play today?
Yeah, he did.
Oh well, he sucked. He was actually
was pretty good.
He was terrible.
He was so good. What are you talking about, dude? Sancho was.
What are you talking about?
I like Sancho, man. Good job on Toni Kroos. As much as I hate him, you got to respect Gabe. And Kroos going out with another Champions League is good for him. Bad for the culture, but good for him.
Jadon Sancho, no shots. 0.06 expected assists. Only 39 touches. Bum ass. Sucks.
That just sounds like every Manchester United player out there. Like, but he actually was at least in a final.
This is not the conversation we're having today. Why is this turning into trashing my favorite teams? We're talking about the soccer that was played today.
But I thought Jadon Sancho was good. I thought Ademaya was balling out there, dude. He almost beat everybody out there. Like I thought it was a good game all the way around.
Duane, did you die?
That's how I feel about this League's Cup conversation.
This isn't Leagues Cup. I'm excited for Leagues Cup. We can talk Leagues Cup if you want.
Whatever. I can't even remember the name of it.
Oh, that happened this week too. Keylor Navas.
I don't care.
Did you see that? Speaking of Leagues Cup, Keylor Navas signed with Lyon, or rumored to. I don't think it's official yet. But the Rapids might be going up against Navas in Leagues Cup at the Richard. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Duane, you wanted to talk Leagues Cup. You just said it.
That's fine. No, I'm fine talking Leagues Cup.
Duane hates everything that's not Rapid.
Dude, I'm
it's
all
like a Champions League final. That's
all MLS, and I will not apologize for it.
You don't have to. But let's not act like it's crazy to not give 90 seconds to the Champions League final. Like, come on.
I like how much it bothers you for me to make fun of it.
It drives me crazy, actually.
I'm chilling. I think it's all fun. Give me a ball and a couple of men, and I'm happy.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. We know that about you. We got some fun shows coming up. Should we give a little? Should we kind of tease the guests we have in a couple weeks?
So, do you want to just give little hints?
Yeah, give a hint.
One's returning guest.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is a first-time MLS superstar or media superstar.
Yeah, fair.
I think that MLS media superstar.
Yeah.
No, it's not us, guys. We're not gonna have each other as guests. It's somebody else.
Come on down.
There's other MLS mega stars in the media.
I know. It doesn't feel like it sometimes, but sometimes it feels like sometimes feels like we're alone at the top. You know.
It truly does. But again, regardless, I thought it's gonna be a couple of weeks. So I'm kind of losing the plot here a little bit, if I'm honest.
That's fine.
It's late at night. It's
we got some fun stuff. We got some fun stuff. Probably gonna have to get a game in here this week. On an international break after a bunch of bummer games. We should do something fun. But yeah, it's been a rough few weeks. Get a couple weeks off, have some fun shows. Reset, come back, maybe get a dub. Maybe.
I'd like a dub.
Me too.
Let's get a dub.
I want to win.
I want to win so bad.
I want a manly win.
Yeah. That's good. All right. Yeah. Plug us out of here, my boy.
DNVR Rapids on Twitter. Follow us there for all our content. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. 5-star reviews wherever you hear this podcast. Besides that, I'm going to pass it to the homie Mitch.
Me? Oh, I usually pass it to Duane. But
bring us home. Bring us home.
Yeah, catch us Wednesday, normal time, 9:30, right here on YouTube. No guest this week. Well, not right now. There's not.
But we do have a show
we know of.
But it'll be a fun show. We'll have some fun. Become a diehard at the DNVR.com. Like and subscribe right now if you haven't done it and you're listening or watching. Actually, if you're listening on a podcast, give us a 5-star wherever you're listening, but then go to YouTube and hit like. And you don't have to watch the whole thing, but you can like it. Right?
Yeah.
That's correct.
And if you're watching on YouTube, go download it tomorrow and give us 5 stars there.
Or watch it on YouTube for 10 seconds too.
Yeah, at minimum. Yeah. Or just put it on while you're working on your computer without sound, and then you can play the whole thing. And it's
We're
like
just trying to game the system, baby.
Yeah. Let's juice the numbers, baby. Become a diehard at the DNVR.com. You get all sorts of discounts and access to fun stuff behind the paywall. Discounts on all the events coming up. The Buffs are going to Nebraska. We're going to Tampa for the Broncos game. We got Rockies takeovers. We got Rapids takeovers. We got all sorts of fun stuff. So make sure you check it out, thednvr.com. More important than all of that, more important than ever, some are saying, the most important thing ever said, up the pit.
We all silly like the mayor.